All right, big developments coming in on the Gyanvapi survey case. The Supreme Court all set to hear the Muslim side of the plea, asking for this entire survey to be stalled, calling it illegal. Preeti Chaudhary, Anisha Mathur, both of them tracking the court and the developments. Over to you, Preeti. What's to be expected today? Much awaited verdict coming in from the Supreme Court as it gears up to hear the Muslim side of the plea, saying this entire survey ordered by Varanasi court is illegal.
Well, appreciate you coming to us, Anisha, Nabila. A very good afternoon. There's a bit of suspense right now at the Supreme Court. The matter still hasn't come up for hearing, but it is a big day. You're right. The Muslim side of the mosque administration had approached the Supreme Court to stall the survey proceedings, which have in fact taken place at the Gyanvapi Mosque. The latest that we are getting, of course, it's a matter of two court proceedings that we are keeping an eye on. One thing right now settled, that the Sessions Court in Varanasi would not be hearing continuing to hear the plea. Today was the day of submission of the survey, which was conducted by the videographers and the commissioners. Well, that survey has not been put together as of yet. More time is sought. So the UP local Sessions Court is not hearing that particular plea which is going on. But like I said, the spotlight right now completely on the Supreme Court. The latest that we are getting in is that the Supreme Court bench, comprising of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and P.S. Narasimha, both who have had an association with a similar dispute involving Babri Masjid. One of them, though, at that point of time was an appointed lawyer by the Hindu parties. The latest that we are getting to understand is the matter is going to come up anytime. My colleague Anisha just walked out of the court. She'll be able to get us a larger understanding on when we can actually hear the matter and what really comes out of that. Anisha, it's over to you. The Muslim side had asked for an urgent plea at about 10:30 this morning, but they had cited the proceedings going on in the Sessions Court. There are no proceedings happening right now where the Sessions Court in Varanasi is concerned. When will this matter come up? What are we hearing?
Well, Preeti, let me correct you there. The Muslim side had not asked for an urgent hearing today at 10:30. It was a intervention petition filed by a person claiming to be from an outfit called the Hindu Sena, who had said that they should also be heard as an intervener when this matter is taken up. Now, as far as this case is concerned, it is item 40 on the list. At the moment, the bench is hearing item number 4. So basically, we are waiting for the matter to come up. The Supreme Court is going item number-wise down the list of matters that it has to hear. And it is going to be very crucial to see what the court will say today, because the Muslim side has not only asked for a stay on the survey that is currently ongoing, it has also sought a stay on the suit proceedings itself, saying that these cases that were filed by the Hindu petitioners claiming to be devotees, saying that their right to worship is being affected, these petitions could not have been heard in the first place because they are barred by the Places of Worship Act of 1991, which says that no fresh dispute can be raised with regard to any religious or any other structure. Now, whether the Supreme Court accepts this argument remains to be seen, because the Allahabad High Court, when this same issue had gone there, had said that merely by conducting a survey, there is no change to the religious character of any structure. But today we've seen, yesterday we saw that there was a sealing order passed by the civil court, which has effectively said that the wazukhana of the mosque cannot be used till this matter is heard next by the civil court. So a lot of points are coming up, a lot of legal technicalities are coming up. And if today the Supreme Court chooses to hear the Muslim side, if the Supreme Court chooses to pass any orders today, it will have a direct impact on the civil case that is going on in the Varanasi court. So we'll have to wait and see what the Supreme Court chooses to finally do in this matter when it finally comes up. Back to you.
What are the legal options, Anisha, right now that are before the Supreme Court today in terms of hearing this particular plea? On the other hand, the Hindu Sena that have lodged a parallel plea, will that also be heard today?
Well, the Hindu Sena has not lodged a parallel plea. They have asked for permission to intervene in this petition that has been filed by the Masjid committee, because the Hindu side is saying that the Muslim side is raising incorrect legal arguments, and that is why they should be heard before any orders are passed. Now, we'll have to wait and see if the court agrees to hear them. This morning, Advocate Barun Sinha, who was appearing for the Hindu Sena, had asked for permission to intervene. The judges at that time said, we will see, let the matter come up, you remain in court. So it is possible that the Hindu Sena could also be heard by the Supreme Court. But at the moment, the Supreme Court is scheduled to hear the petition filed by the Muslim side, which is the Masjid committee. They have raised several issues, including seeking a stay on the suit proceedings, including the stay on the survey. Now, considering the fact that the survey itself, the videography has actually already been conducted and a report is now awaited, the legal options available before the apex court, however, remain quite wide. Since the Supreme Court is the highest court of the land, they can, if they choose to, they can impose a stay on submission of this the survey report. They can say that the survey report could be kept in sealed cover while they are hearing this issue of legality and validity of these suit proceedings. They can also say that at this stage we will not interfere because a survey report will not change the religious structure. That is what the order passed by the Allahabad High Court had said. So it is possible that the Supreme Court could pass the same order as the Allahabad High Court. The Supreme Court could also choose to pass a stay on the entire proceedings in the Varanasi court while either the Supreme Court or the Allahabad High Court looks into the legality of these civil proceedings. They could, if they choose to, take up this argument of the Muslim side that these petitions to open up this premises, to conduct a survey of this premises, such proceedings could not have been taken up in the first place. So there are several options available before the court. We'll have to wait and see what it does, whether it chooses to hear it, whether it chooses to not hear it, whether it passes a stay order, whether it does not pass a stay order, whether it tries to balance various interests and balance various arguments and see where it can go, whether it chooses to just not hear it and say that, I'm sorry, we will not interfere. All of these options are open because this is the highest court of the land and they will have to consider the legal aspects as well as the ground reality of what is going on in Varanasi. Back to you.
Stay on with me, Anisha. Will the legality of the survey be challenged? We will only know in a couple of hours. And what's also important right now is ever since the Allahabad High Court hearing where they did not challenge the survey, a lot has gone down where the ground reality is concerned that Anisha was talking about in Varanasi, the Gyanvapi Mosque. Primarily, that is how the wazukhana has been cordoned off and that could very well become a flashpoint this hearing. We're going to continue to cut across to Anisha and get you all the very latest coming in from the Supreme Court. The matters listed as 40. Currently, the matter that is being heard is 3. So there's a long while from here on. But let's quickly dip into all the reactions that are coming in on the story.
3 दिन पूरे सर्वे चली ज्ञानवापी परिसर का, जिसमें नेतृत्व विशाल सिंह साहब ने जो कोर्ट कमिश्नर हैं और अजय मिश्रा जी हैं के नेतृत्व में ये पूरी सर्वे कार्रवाई चली और रिपोर्ट तैयार करने में काफ़ी समय लग जा रहा है हम लोग को, क्योंकि समय नहीं मिल पा रहा है। तो हम लोगों ने ये निर्धारित किया है कि आज माननीय न्यायालय में एप्लीकेशन दे करके समय मांगा जाएगा और उसके बाद ही जो समय मिलता है उस समय पर हम लोग माननीय न्यायालय में जो है अपनी रिपोर्ट जो है प्रस्तुत करेंगे।
ये 2 वीडियो सामने निकल करके आए हैं और उसमें एक वीडियो जो कि उस वजूखाने का है जिसके भीतर कहा जा रहा है कि शिवलिंग मिला है, वो कौन सा वीडियो है?
देखिए ये वीडियो है और एग्जैक्टली मैंने यही चीज़ देखी है, मैंने भी एग्जैक्टली यही चीज़ देखी है और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि थोड़ा सा इसको खंडित किया गया है, पर हाँ ये वीडियो जो है मैंने यही चीज़ देखी है और इस वजूखाने के पीछे से एक रास्ता जा रहा है इसके नीचे तक, तो अब उसको खुलवाने की मांग होगी कि उसको खोला जाए और देखा जाए कि शिवलिंग कितनी।
कहा गया कि ये 12 फीट और कुछ बताया जा रहा है, कितना है आप लोग क्या जाने?
देखिए जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि ये करीब 2.5 से 3 फुट ऊंचा होगा और इसका 4 फीट का डाया है, 4 फीट का डाया है और करीब 2.5 से 3 फुट ऊंचा होगा। तो अभी और नीचे कितना जा रहा है ये तो जब नीचे की दीवार खुलेगी तब पता चलेगा। इसकी फोटोग्राफी वीडियोग्राफी कमीशन ने की है और मुझे लगता है कमीशन अपनी रिपोर्ट कोर्ट के सामने सबमिट करेगा।
यह मस्जिद नहीं मस्जिद मैं मानता हूं, जो कि हमारे आराध्य स्थल को तोड़ करके बनाया गया। उनका नमाज भी जो है कुरान के अनुसार उनका नमाज खुदा जो है कबूल नहीं करता है।
आज ज्ञानवापी मस्जिद को लेकर सुप्रीम कोर्ट में सुनवाई है और हिंदू सेना ने भी हिंदुओं की ओर से वहाँ इंटरवेंशन एप्लीकेशन फाइल किया है और हमने इंटरवेंशन एप्लीकेशन फाइल करके ये कहा है एप्लीकेशन में कि जो वहाँ कार्रवाई चल रही है वो एकदम सही चल रही है, कोर्ट के आदेश पे काम चल रहा है और मस्जिद कमेटी काम में बाधा उत्पन्न करने के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट आई है।
All right, viewers, in midst of all of this, there is more news that have come in, especially from the petitioners and the commissioners who've conducted the videography survey at the Gyanvapi Mosque. And one of the most pertinent points which came yesterday, was that there was a shivling, a 12-foot shivling that had been found in the well near the wazukhana, which now the court has cordoned off, the Sessions Court. Now, India Today has accessed exclusive visuals of that particular shivling, viewers. Take a quick look at this. Now, these exclusive, it's an old video though, of the shivling that was claimed to be found by the Hindu side inside the mosque yesterday. Hours after the big Baba Mil Gaya claim, India Today accessed the video that nobody had seen. The Hindu side claims that a shivling was found close to the wazukhana, a small reservoir used by Muslim devotees to perform ablutions before offering namaz. The shivling is 12 feet by 8 inches in diameter. An advocate from the Hindu side claimed that the shivling is Nandi faced, and that, viewers, if you remember, has been one of the main contentions, that the Nandi bull actually faces the shivling in question, and that is where this shivling is allegedly to have been found. The Varanasi District Court has issued an order to seal the area where the shivling was claimed to be found. During the 3-day span of survey, a western wall, dome and 4 rooms in the basement was surveyed. Varanasi Court has sought the survey report today. I want to now cut across to my colleague Gaurav Sawant, who's explaining the Gyanvapi complex and the dispute area through a 3-dimensional animation. Take a look at this report.
The Kashi Vishwanath Temple complex and the Gyanvapi Mosque. Now, this area is in the headlines, but I want to explain this area to you a little in detail. Why is this so important, and why is Nandi, the ride of Bhagwan Shiv, actually facing the Gyanvapi Mosque and not the temple that was rebuilt or built afresh by Ahilya Bai Holkar after it was demolished on the instructions of Emperor Aurangzeb. Now, Nandi, it is believed, always faces Lord Shiv. And Nandi, as you can see here, is facing the Gyanvapi Mosque. When you look at the temple, well, the thing is, the Hindus believe that the Gyanvapi Mosque is where the temple or the original Shivling, one of the Jyotirlings, originally was. Gyanvapi or Gyankoop, the well of knowledge. Let's explain this location and the lay of the land to you. So the belief is Nandi always faces Lord Shiv. And when you look at the Kashi Vishwanath temple complex, Nandi is actually facing the Gyanvapi Mosque and not the temple that was constructed by Ahilya Bai Holkar. Now, for Nandi, it has been a very long wait. A wait of more than 352 years, 4 months and 15 days and counting. But this is just a process that has started. Now, it is also believed that you whisper a prayer in the ear of Nandi and it reaches Lord Shiv. That is the belief. Hindus have believed that for centuries. In this case, Nandi very patiently is looking towards the Gyanvapi Mosque. The Hindu side says they found Lord Shiv. What happens next is now will be a matter of investigation in courts. The 5 women petitioners wanted unhindered access to pray at the Shringar Gauri Sthal and wanted videography to prove that there was a temple where the mosque now stands. And now we will show you on the last day of videography or the court or mandated survey what was found. So the videography that was ordered, it happened for 3 days and there were absolutely no problems in the videography. Every side cooperated is the information that we have, and the Hindu side is claiming that at the wazukhana, that is where the Shivling was found. Of course, this has been contested by the Muslim side that insists that it was a fountain that was always there and already there. The ball now is in court for courts to decide what will happen next. Will the women devotees get unhindered access to pray, and will it be expanded further or not? We'll tell you more about that.
All right, viewers, let's put this in perspective. Now, after the petitioners, they are the ones who actually spoke to the press, not the videographers in the beginning, because the videographers were bound by law to submit a sealed copy to the court on the findings of what went down. But even the commissioner, viewers, has not been so tight-lipped. He has told various reporters that he saw more than what was expected. But having said that, this big revelation was made by the petitioners yesterday, where they alleged that a shivling was found in the wazukhana inside a well near the wazukhana, which since then has completely been sealed by the local court. It's interesting to note because till now there is absolutely no study that has been carried out on the findings, whether this in fact is a shivling or what the Muslim side contests that it is a fountain. We don't quite know that yet, but the Hindu side clearly maintains that they believe that they have found the shivling right here, which is facing the Nandi bull. But in terms of the entire area being cordoned off, being sealed, what implications that could have in court today, I want to bring in my colleague Anisha Mathur back into this conversation. Anisha, one of the developments which could differ, one can conjecture, till the cows come home in terms of what the Supreme Court will do, but could bear on the Supreme Court, which wasn't there during the Allahabad hearing, was the fact that the wazukhana area, which is being used as a place of worship right now, because that's clearly the ablution area where this, where the Hindu side claims a shivling has been found, that area has been cordoned off by the Sessions Court. That could be contended today.
Well, Preeti, there is every chance that a lot of arguments could be taken up. We don't know which are the arguments that will be taken up and which are the ones that will not be taken up. But yes, since on Friday, the basic argument of the Muslim side was that there should be a stay on the survey proceedings, because otherwise the penny will drop, things will change on the ground, and then their petition will be rendered infructuous. And now with this order passed yesterday by the civil court sealing the premises of the wazukhana, this is most certainly an argument that they will take, that because the survey was not stayed, because the survey was allowed to continue, and only on an oral argument by the petitioners, by the Hindu petitioners, with no statement or evidence or report being filed by the survey committee, now a sealing order has been passed, and therefore their rights of the rights of the Muslim side have most certainly been affected. So this is most definitely an argument that they will take. Whether or not the court accepts that argument is something we'll have to wait and see. But yes, since their argument was that the stay should come so that the situation on the ground does not change, so that this survey does not affect anybody's religious rights, and that is where the Allahabad High Court had also passed its order saying that mere survey cannot affect anybody's religious rights. And here now, because they can most certainly raise the argument that something has changed. Back to you.
All right, and all of this, viewers, is built on the premise on which is the legal argument where the Gyanvapi Mosque is concerned, and that is the premise built on the Places of Worship Act of 1991, which elucidates that whatever religious places of worship that we have inherited as a country since 1947 will remain intact and not be tinkered with, something that was brought up in the Ayodhya judgment as well. We're going to keep a keen eye, get you all the very latest, but I want to cut across right now to my colleague Akshita, who's joining us and taking you through, because viewers, when it comes down to the ghosts of India's medieval history coming knocking, back on India's doorstep, the Gyanvapi Mosque is just one of the many.
Nobody is new to the Mandir Masjid controversy because it's something that's spread across the country. We're also immensely familiar right now with what's playing out in Varanasi, the Gyanvapi Mosque, adjacent to the Kashi Vishwanath temple. The allegation is that a temple was destroyed for this mosque to be built. It's not just in Varanasi, in Mathura also, and this is something the BJP has been talking about, that Mathura baki hai because of the controversy surrounding Krishna Janmabhoomi and the Shahi Idgah Mosque, which is within that temple premises. In another part of Uttar Pradesh, this is in Jaunpur, the Atala Devi Mandir and the Atala Masjid are embroiled in a similar controversy, and there are several pockets in Uttar Pradesh where it's a similar story. Let's tell you also about Dhar in Madhya Pradesh, where in fact the question of the Kamal Maula Mosque, there is an allegation that the Vagdevi temple was actually beneath this mosque, and there's been a lot of talk about this as well. Similarly, in Madhya Pradesh, in the Vidisha district, at the Bijamandal Mosque, the claim is that there's actually Vijaya temple, that there's a temple below this, and there are questions about whether ruins of that can also be found at this particular district in Vidisha. All right, let's tell you also about another state, in Gujarat, in Patna, the Jami Masjid is embroiled in a similar controversy, and this is over a Rudra Mahalaya temple as well. In Gujarat, again, in the city of Ahmedabad, there is a Jama Masjid and a Bhadrakali temple. Again, there's a question about what really lies beneath in this particular part at the Jama Masjid. Now, interestingly, in Bengal also, in Pandua district at the Adinath Mosque, there is a claim that actually it was an Adinath temple. Obviously, questions loom on which is the truth, what lies beneath. But at this point, with what's playing out in Gyanvapi, there is a charge and there is, in fact, a spread of a pattern with many demands that a similar survey happened there as well.
All right, meanwhile, there's a massive political war has erupted at the back of the Supreme Court hearing, the Sessions Court hearing on what's going on over the Gyanvapi Mosque. The latest, of course, is Asauddin Owaisi, who has jumped in, and he's pretty much said that he will not allow Gyanvapi Mosque to go down the Babri Masjid way. Well, Asauddin Owaisi tore into the Bharatiya Janata Party, saying that this is all politics. It's a way to create divisions between the society. The AIMIM chief, Asauddin Owaisi, reacted heavily after the Hindu side claimed of finding a Shivling in the mosque. Asauddin Owaisi, in a brazen attack, has said that the Gyanvapi Mosque was there and will always be there. The BJP, however, has hailed the Gyanvapi truth that was unearthed during the survey. The BJP will, while attacking those opposing the survey, says that the truth cannot be hidden for long. Lawyers for the Hindu side made a startling claim of finding a Shivling inside the well of the Gyanvapi Mosque. The Muslim side, meanwhile, says that this is a fountain and not a Shivling.
का कानून ये कह चुका है, सेक्शन 4 सबसेक्शन 291 का कानून के कि किसी भी रिलीजियस प्लेस का कैरेक्टर और नेचर चेंज नहीं होगा। आज आप वजूखाने को सील करके वहां पर सीआरपीएफ और डीएम और पुलिस कमिश्नर को बोलकर आप तो उस कानून का उल्लंघन कर रहे हैं जो पार्लियामेंट ने बनाया। बोल दीजिए मोदी जी के मैं 91 का को नहीं मानता, पार्लियामेंट में बिल लेकर आइए, अपनी ताकत आपके पास है और जुल्म एक और मर्तबा कर दीजिए।
कई सालों से तुम लोग हाथ पैर हमारे शिवलिंग, हमारे शंकर भगवान पर तुम लोग धो रहे हो, शर्म आनी चाहिए। जो तुम हमारे मंदिर को तोड़कर शिवलिंग को पानी में फेंककर तुम लोग नमाज पढ़ रहे हो, तुम्हें शर्म नहीं आती?
दबा था कि छिपा था कि छिपाया गया था, वह सब तो विषय जो है ही, लेकिन सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि शिवलिंग आज प्राप्त हो गए और शिवलिंग के प्राप्त होने के बाद बुद्ध पूर्णिमा के दिन प्राप्त हो गए, सोमवार के दिन प्राप्त हो गए और आज सोमवार बाबा का दिन होता है और आज के दिन प्राप्त होना, आज के दिन सूचना मिलना, यह खुशियों को शब्द नहीं दिया जा सकता।
कुछ इतिहास के पन्ने खोलकर पढ़ लेंगे तो शायद जो बंद बुद्धि है वो थोड़ा खुल जाएगी और थोड़ा विजडम आए सबको। और साथ ही जब मामला कोर्ट कचहरी में पड़ा है, कचहरी के आदेश पर कुछ काम दिया जा रहा है, तो उसमें खलल डालने का और उसमें माहौल खराब करने का काम ना करें। कोर्ट कचहरी की जो मान्यताएं हैं उनको माने।
मैं विश्वास करता हूं कि इस सत्य का पूरा समाज स्वागत करेगा, इसको स्वीकार करेगा और अपने मतभेदों को दूर करके सर्वसम्मति से हम आगे की दिशा तय करने में सफल होंगे।
I have trust in the Indian judiciary, so the honorable court will take a decision. It's a sub judice matter, and I have full faith on the judiciary. Whatever is right, whatever is correct, that will come in front.
आज ये मस्जिद, कल वो मस्जिद, परसों वो मस्जिद, मैं तो बार-बार अपने मुसलमान भाइयों से कहती हूँ कि इनको बोलो एक ही बार हमें मस्जिदों की लिस्ट बताओ जिस पे आपकी नजर है, क्योंकि मैंने पहले भी कहा हम जहाँ सजदा करेंगे हमारा अल्लाह वहीं है।
हम कोर्ट के फैसले का पूरी तरीके से सम्मान करते हैं, मगर बड़े अफसोस की बात है, मंदिर हो, मस्जिद हो, गुरुद्वारा हो, चर्च हो या जो भी इबादत की जगह हो, उसको जो है इस तरीके की सियासत में डालना ये अच्छे सेहतमंद मुल्क की निशानी नहीं है। जिस दिन धर्म और सियासत ये दोनों चीज़ें मिल गई तो उस दिन हमारे मुल्क के लिए ये अच्छी निशानी नहीं है।
All right, viewers, while we keep a keen eye on all developments that are taking place in court, what we are getting to understand is that the matter which is listed, where the Gyanvapi Mosque matter is listed at 40, right now it's hearing number 5. Long way to go, but I want to quickly cut across to how the issue of the Gyanvapi Mosque is resonating across Muslim bodies, even in the United States. Now, lecturing on the court's order on Gyanvapi, the Indian American Muslim Council and advocacy group strongly condemned the order of the court to seal part of Gyanvapi Mosque in Varanasi. Reacting to the Shivling claim in Gyanvapi, the council said that the court's order is giving legal cover to the Hindu supremacists' drives of BJP, RSS and Hindu outfits. The council said the order put spotlight on the Indian judiciary, which is actively facilitating the Hindu right-wing's project of converting India into a Hindu nation. The US Muslim body further stated that the Gyanvapi Mosque was on a long hit list of Hindu groups, especially after the favorable judgment of Supreme Court on the Babri Masjid case in 2019.